Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. If you are new, my name's Ailey. Today's video is going to be my Hogmanay / New Year's Eve makeup tutorial. So I am using the James Charles palette, but first I'm gonna prime my eyes with Painterly from MAC. Okay, so I'm gonna do something that I might regret, but I'm just gonna go over this just a tiny little bit with my setting powder, just to take some of the tackiness away, but not all of it. Because when I tried out this look, just to see how the colours would work, the colours looked completely different from what they do in the pan. They looked completely different and were quite difficult to work with on the sticky base. I had like a hair on my face or something that's driving me insane. So I'm going to try and figure out what these shade names are for you. I'm going to pick up Punch Me. Is it Punch Me? Yeah. Punch Me on a little brush, and I'm putting this right at the top of my crease. So I'm going to go into T now, and T is like, I don't know how to describe this shade. It's like a khaki brown, if that makes any sense. It's quite patchy and quite difficult to work with, but the shade it is more than makes up for it, if that makes any sense. So I'm going to start putting this into my crease. Start dipping into it and Punch Me, and start dragging it in a little bit. Then I'm going to grab, really, I'm putting this a little bit lower than my lower lash line, and I'm just going to make that line, just to get an idea of where I need to blend to. And then I'm going to softly blend that in. This does take a lot of work, don't get me wrong. I do love these shades, but this takes a hell of an amount of blending. And I love the way that T isn't a really khaki colour. It's more dark than it is khaki, if that makes any sense. But if you look up here, I might actually pull you in closer. Look up here, when you mix Punch Me in with it, it goes this beautiful khaki green colour. I'm just obsessed with this shade. It's just so beautiful. So I'm going to clean this eye up as we go, but I want to catch up with this eye, so I'll be right back. Okay, so I always have one eye I prefer than the other, and it's always usually this eye, but today I'm liking this eye. It's so annoying. But anyway, so we've gotten to this stage, and for the next part I'm going to use this Fine Glitter Dust by Barry M. This is in the shade 27. So I'm going to take my Revolution glitter glue and put a little bit of this on the back of my hand. And I'm not making this any sort of cut crease or anything. I'm just going to place this on sort of the inner part of my eye, and then the magic happens. I absolutely love this stuff. So I'm going to take this JH41 brush and very carefully dip that in. This is probably going to end up all over me, which I don't mind because it's very sparkly, but to try and stop it making too much of a mess, I'm just going to pop on just like that. And here goes nothing. So I'm just patting this on top of that glitter glue, and it did fall everywhere, but that's okay. I'm going to swap to a smaller brush, which is the JH42, and it's just a lot easier to get into the smaller bits. Okay, so I'm going back into T, and I'm just going to try and blend that edge there. And what I'll then do is I'll grab Punch Me. Is it called Punch Me? Why is it called Punch Me? There must be some sort of meaning to it. I'm not a James Charles subscriber, so I mean, I watch some of his videos, but I'm not really a subscriber of his. He's a bit young for me. So I'm sure it makes sense, but not to me. So I'm just going to take this and deepen up this outer corner a little bit. Okay, so we're going to do the lower lash line, and as you can probably see already, a little bit of that gold's already fallen down. That gold, whatever you really want to call it, I don't know, it's really weird. It's already fallen down anyway, so I've just sort of smudged it along the inner corner there. I'm taking this little brush and I'm going to grab T and put that closer to my lower lash line. And I'm going to take Nylon from MAC and put that in my inner corner. This probably would have made a really nice lid shade as well, actually. So what we're going to do is I'm just going to pull it up and sort of blend it in. Yeah. For my waterline, I love this liner. I think I'm going to use the Barry, what's this called? Bold Waterproof Eyeliner in brown. Okay, so because my inner corner is so bright, when I put lashes on, you're going to see the lash band, or like where the lash band ends. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to grab, this is the liner Revolution from Revolution, obviously. And that's going to look really weird and untidy just now, but it'll make sense when we put our lashes on. Then I'm going to take MAC in Extreme Dimension Lash. I love this stuff. I'm going to need to buy a full size of it, I think. And coat my lashes. For lashes, I'm just going to use my favourite cheapy lashes that I get off Amazon. I love these things. They're just the comfiest lashes. So if I was needing to wear them kind of all night long, I know that I could wear these and they wouldn't bother me. While I'm waiting for my eyelash glue to kind of get tacky, I'm going to take Benefit's Gimme Brow. This stuff is amazing. It will hold your brows in place. If you don't need the tint that this gives you, then you can use the 24-hour brow setter from Benefit. That will literally make your eyebrows last through the apocalypse. Okay, so for lips, obviously we don't want to go crazy dramatic because we've gone quite crazy dramatic on the eyes. So I'm going to take my favourite lip liner ever, which is Spice from MAC. And I think I'm going to use Celebrity Skin from Jeffree Star because you want something that's really long lasting. You're going to be kissing people at the bells, you know. You don't want to be leaving funny stains of lipstick on their cheeks and things like that. So obviously you want your makeup to last all night. So we need a spray of, I was going to say Benefit, we need a spray of Urban Decay's famous All Nighter makeup setting spray. So, and I actually love how this look ended up turning out. This is obviously this look complete. I don't know why I'm away up here. I really, really hope that you have a fantastic New Year's Eve, Hogmanay, whatever it is that you call it. And I just wanted to take this time to say that if you have been a subscriber of mine for a while, or if you're a new subscriber, thank you so much for your support in 2018. We did hit 1,000 subscribers. We got back into the YouTube Partner Program after all the shenanigans since February or whatever it was, but it's not been the best year, but here's hoping that 2019 brings more opportunities for small creators. It helps all of our channels grow, and I really hope that I get continued support from all you guys in 2019, and I really hope that you guys reach all of your goals and 2019 brings you whatever it is that you desire, whether that be happiness, whether that be money, whether that be luck, whether it be success. I really hope that you get whatever it is that your little heart desires. Yeah, all the best for 2019 from me and mine to you and yours, and I really hope that you have a fantastic night out. Stay safe no matter what it is that you're doing. I've got exciting things coming and exciting things happening, so I can't wait to share them with you guys. And I will be continuing to post videos every Monday, Wednesday and Friday. If you enjoyed this video, obviously I would love if you would give it a thumbs up, and obviously I would love if you would become a part of the fam in 2019. Hit that subscribe button and let's grow this little channel and see where we can go. And yeah, at this point I'm just rambling, so happy 2019, and if I missed you, happy Christmas as well, and I will see you guys in the new year. Bye.